Good morning. We're going to continue with the work that we started yesterday, or actually that we worked on again yesterday. And this is going to be with expressions and equations. So let's get started with what you're learning. And again, you're learning how to read, write, and simplify math expressions and equations. Why are you learning it? Well, writing and simplifying expressions and equations allows you to classify and order ideas and find answers quickly and accurately. And how will you know when you've learned it? Well, when you will be able to read, write, and simplify math statements accurately. So let's begin with a little bit of a review, just like we did yesterday. And I'm going to go through these first, then the substitute is going to pause the video for 2 minutes, and you're going to discuss with your partner what you think the answers should be and why. Think about these numbers on a number line. You can take out your number line in the back of your math notebook, or you can look at the number line up in the classroom and decide if you're going to put less than, greater than, or equal to, and why. So the first one, we have the absolute value of -10 is, and you're going to fill this in with whichever symbol you think is correct, and you're comparing that to 10, and you've decided that's the case because, and then your explanation. Then we're going to look at -25. Notice there's no absolute value sign. -25, is it less than, greater than, or equal to -4? And your explanation why. -10, again, there's no absolute value sign here. -10, is it less than, greater than, or equal to the absolute value of 10, and why? And the last one, -6, is it less than, greater than, or equal to -12, and your reason why. So pause the video here for 2 minutes, discuss this with your partner, and when time is up, be ready to give your answers. Ready? And pause and discuss. Okay, welcome back. Now, we're looking at the absolute value of -10. And the absolute value of -10 is equal to. And let's see, Kayla, what did you decide when you discussed with your partner that the absolute value of -10 is equal to 10? Okay, give your reason. And if you said something like both have the same value, you're absolutely correct. So let's take a look at the next one. -25 is what? Then -4. And this time we're going to go to Wiley. Share what you and your partner discussed. And if you said something like, it is -25 is less than -4 because -25 is to the left of -4 on the number line, and the further away from 0 or the further left you go, the smaller the numbers get. Would be absolutely correct. So now we're looking at the next one. -10, remember there's no absolute value here, is what? To the absolute value of 10 because. And this time we're going to go with Carlos. What did you and your partner decide? And if you said something like -10 is less than the absolute value of 10 because -10 is to the left of 10 on the number line, you are correct. And the last one, -6 is what? To -12 because, and this one we're going to go with Paulette. Share what you and your partner talked about. And if you said -6 is greater than -12 because -6 is to the right of -12, and the further you go to the right, the greater the value of the numbers, then you are absolutely correct. Good job. Now, classify the following as either expressions or equations and state your reason. Again, we're going to pause the video here for 3 minutes, and you're going to discuss these with your partner and then explain why it's either an expression or an equation. And pause here. We'll be back, and I'll select a few more people to share their answers. Okay, stop the video and discuss. And here we go. 15 plus 7 subtract 4 is a, Julia, what did you and your partner decide? And if you said it was an expression, you are correct. And it's an expression because there is no equal sign. You have numbers and operation signs, but no equal sign. And the second one, 240 subtract 10 equals 230 is a what and why? This time we're going to go with Jared. And if you said this is an equation, you're absolutely correct because an equation has an equal sign. And the next one, 89 times 2 minus 15 is a what and why? And we're going to go with Dylan. And if you said this is an expression, you are correct. It's an expression, again, because you have numbers, operation signs, but there is no equation. So it is, I'm sorry, there is no equal sign. So it is an expression, not an equation. And the next one, 6 times the sum of 5 plus 7 is a what and why? And Sage, share what you and your partner talked about. And again, if you said this is an expression, you are correct. And it's an expression because it does not have an equal sign. And the last one, 450 equals 45 times 10. This is a what and why. And this time we're going to go with Pedro. And if you said this is an equation, you are correct because this does have an equal sign. You have terms on both sides, but it has an equal sign, so this is an equation, not an expression. Good job. So now let's take a look at this. And first, we're going to review what we talked about with coefficients and variables. Remember, a coefficient is a number that tells you how many times the variable is multiplied. So this is 7 times C, 15 times W, 5 times A, 70 times B, 125 times R, 45 times S. And the coefficient is the number, the variable is the letter. So what I want you to do now, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, take 4 minutes, write down the expressions that you see here, and then you're going to put a circle around the coefficient, and you are going to put a square around the variable. Do this in your math notebook. Circle around the coefficient, square around the variable. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4 remaining, because the first one I'm going to keep up here as a sample for you to look at. So 4 minutes, stop the timer here, and in 4 minutes we'll come back and go. Okay, so your page in your notebook should look something like this. 15 is the coefficient. W is the variable. 5 is the coefficient. A is the variable. 70 is the coefficient. And B is the variable. This one has 2 terms that we're going to look at. 125, this is going to be more of an oval than a circle, is the coefficient, and R is the variable. 45 is the coefficient, and S is the variable. Awesome. Yesterday we also talked about the number that does not change. It does not have a variable with it. These are the constants. These are the numbers that no matter what the variable is, this will change based on what the value of C is. 12 is going to remain the same. So 12, 9, 40, 6, 250, and 29 are your constants. The coefficient is going to tell you how many times you're going to multiply the value of W. So for example, if I have 15 times W, and W, the value of W is 2, this actually means 15 times 2. So now I know that this is going to be 30, but I'm still going to subtract 9 from it. Okay, that's a little sneak peek into what we're going to be doing a little bit later. Okay, right now you're just learning the vocabulary and what coefficients and variables are. So now on to what we're going to be doing here is taking a look at this menu here, and we have pizza slices. I've got some pizza slices here, and 2 types, cheese and pepperoni, and drinks. And there's a small, a medium, and a large. And here they give you the dollar amounts of the menu items that you can get at this pizza shop. So my question for you is, if I put variables C and P, what do you think the C would stand for? What do you think the P would stand for based on the menu item that you're looking here? So 30 seconds, talk with your partner. C and P, what would those stand for? And let's see, Luz, share what you talked about with your partner and what you think the C and the P would stand for. And if you said the C is for cheese pizza or a cheese pizza slice and P is for a pepperoni pizza slice, you're absolutely correct. So my next question is, what might S, M, and L stand for based on the menu that you have here? 30 seconds. Talk with your partner. And this time, let's have Chase. What did you discuss with your partner? What does the S, M, and L stand for based on your menu items? And if you said S is a small drink, M is a medium drink, and L is a large drink, you're absolutely right. Now, what I want you to do is I'm going to put some menu items here. And then I want you to write the variables that would stand for the menu items that I'm going to put down here. So for example, if I did this, we said the pepperoni pizza, we're going to let P represent that. You have P plus P plus, and this is the large soda here, so I'm going to put L. So I'm letting P stand for this pepperoni slice, this stands for this pepperoni slice, and this stands for the large drink. Okay? So get ready. I'm going to come up with another combination, and then you're going to indicate using the variables what you would put down for that. So here we go. Let's do so in your math notebook, you're going to record down what variables you're going to put for this, and for this, and for this. So write them in your book, and I will check back in about 15 seconds. I'm going to label these here because it may be a little difficult to see the sizes or compare the sizes once I take them down. Yeah, looks like a 5, but it's really an S. And let's see, Julian, what did you and your partner talk about? Well, how should you code these? And if you said this is going to be C plus C plus C plus M plus S, you're absolutely correct. You have 3 cheese pizza slices, a medium drink, and a small drink. So now, let's try a different combination and see how you do with that. Yeah, I just saved this so I can just return instead of having to slide them back. Okay, in your math notebook, write down the variables that you're going to use for this order here. And go. And let's go to Isaiah. What would you put for these? What did you say these were going to be? And if you had, well, let me give you a chance to answer first. So you say your answer, then I'll put these down here. Go. Okay. And if you said this was P plus P plus C plus C plus C plus L plus L plus L. You are right on. Good job. Okay, let's try one more. Okay, write the variables that you see or that you would use for these food items here. Okay, work with your partner and go. And this time, Vanessa, what did you and your partner discuss? How would you code these using variables. Okay, and if you said this would be C plus P plus P plus P plus P plus L plus M plus M plus M plus S, you're absolutely correct. Now, I'm going to look at all of this using the same variable over and over and over again. And I'm going to think, let's make this a little bit easier. I only have one C, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cheese pizza slices. I just realized something. I'm sure many of you already caught on to this and said, I don't think so. This is a P, and this is a C, and a C, and a C, and a C. This I had correct. L, M, 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 and S. So now I've got one pepperoni, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cheese pizzas. So I can put 4C. This is the variable. This is how many you have. You have 4 cheese pizza slices. There's your coefficient. There's the variable. I only have one pepperoni, so I only have the variable. But since it's only one, I could put a 1 here. Mathematicians don't like having to write the 1. They assume if there's only one variable, then you only have one item. And I can do the same thing with the large drink. I have one large drink. I have 1, 2, 3 medium drinks. And I have 1 small drink. So I just took all this information that I had here and I wrote it in an expression using P for the pepperoni, 4C for the 4 cheese slices, 1L for the 1 large drink, 3M for the 3 medium drinks, and 1S for the small drink. Excellent. And I could also find my prices because I know a cheese pizza is $1. So this would actually be 4 times $1, which would be $4. A pepperoni pizza is $1.25, so this would be $1.25. A large is $1.60, so I could replace that with $1.60. 3 mediums are $1.20, so that would be 3 times $1.20. And a small is 95 cents. Okay? But we're going to work on finding the monetary values on Thursday. For today, I'm going to give you one more, but this time I want you to write the variable and the coefficient that would represent 2 pepperoni, 3 cheese, and 2 large drinks. Okay, go. Okay, and let's see. Let's have Gabby. What did you put down for these items here? What's your coefficient and what's your variable? And if you said 2p, you're absolutely correct. You have 2 pepperoni slices. And how about this here? What is your coefficient and what is your variable for these items here? And let's go with Dylan again. What's your coefficient and what's your variable? And if you said 3C, because you have 3 cheese pizzas, you're absolutely correct. And how about these items here? What would you put down for this? And let's go with Julia. What would you put for that? And if you said it would be 2L, 2 large drinks, your variable is going to be L, and you've got 2 of them, then you are absolutely correct. So you should be just about to the end of the period now. If there's still a little bit of time left, you can work on your problem of the week or you can read silently. Okay? I will be back tomorrow and we'll continue with equations and expressions, and we'll be working with the pages in your MathLinks book for the Pizza Hut and going through some of the work that we just did here and see if we can't figure out the cost of some of these orders. Okay? Bye for now, and I will see you tomorrow.